Michael Burry warns recession is not transitory. 2022 crash is worse than the dot-com bubble, which lasted 3 years. Oil prices going up again. It never ends. Because OPEC Plus agrees to cut production by 2 million barrels per day starting November. Inflation is still running hot, just like Burry said. Inflation is peaky. It disappears for 1 second and then it comes back and shocks people the next. As we can see, commodity prices rebounded. Silver was up 8% in a day on Monday. Why does the silver price suddenly go up so much? War tensions are spreading. We already have to support Ukraine to fight against Russia. Then we have China threatening to invade Taiwan. Now we have North Korea blast U.S. carrier in Japan threatening U.S. What will happen when the World War III starts? How will that affect the oil price and inflation? I will explain it all right after this. And of course, smash the like button. If you want to be my good boy, apply to write your first book with me. Welcome back, everyone, to the Audacious Money Witch channel, where we talk about macroeconomy, stocks, bonds, and commodity markets. If you like any of these markets, please consider subscribing. It's totally free. And of course, tap the like button if you've enjoyed today's video. If you like any of these topics, you are intelligent. That's why you're here. You know what to do. And push my button, because I can't push it from this side. If you are a sweet boy, go to patreon.com/magicalgoddesscheryl to support all my work. If you want to be my good boy, apply to write your first book with me. Author of best-selling books, Goddess Cheryl. My good boys always obey and they always get rewarded handsomely. Have you been a good boy? You will get the encouragement you need to be on your author journey. Throughout 2021, the Fed has described rising prices as part of a pattern of transitory inflation, meaning lasting only for a short time. Here we are at the October of 2022. We still have $88 a barrel for oil price and climbing. As we can see from oil inventories on the week of October 5th, we still have a demand in oil, distillate, and gasoline, as all of these inventories are lower than expected. This just means the Fed still needs to keep on tightening. They haven't even admitted that we are in a recession right now. So this could take a long time to play out. Yesterday, Michael Burry tweeted, "I admit I am feeling greedy because we had a pretty crazy bounce in the Halloween effect rally." He followed up with, "Just remember I was feeling greedy on the long side in 2000. This is him essentially as blatantly as you can get from Michael Burry. He is saying that he was no longer shorting parts of the market or stocks, that he was primarily going long on some value companies in 2000, but he also got obliterated by the market as at the long side for that bear market lasted 3 years. He thought those value stocks is about to take off, as you can see from this tweet. Another feeling I am getting is mid-late 2000, free cash flow totally on sale and ignored. Whole former momentum stocks are coming down, but not far enough, and darling, better businesses still had a ways to fall. Value was about to take off for years despite more crash on the way. Difference between now and 2000 is the passive investing bubble that inflated steadily over the last decade. All theaters are overcrowded and the only way anyone can get out is by trampling each other. And still the door is only so big. This is definitely true, and remember the September 11 attacks, commonly known as 9/11, that happened in 2001. Now we have a war happening as we speak. Potentially World War III might happen, as Japan urges citizens to take shelter underground immediately. Following North Korean fires ballistic missile over Japan. It is appearing to be a deliberate escalation to get the attention of Tokyo and Washington. At the same time, let's not forget China still needs to invade Taiwan. What will happen to the economy if the US and the West is having a war with Russia, China, and North Korea at the same time? Yes, you guessed right. There will be no more economy because that's no longer the priority. Then company earnings will fall because there is no new ordering. Stock market will crash even harder and much faster, probably like in the 2020 crash. What would happen to the US at war with China when the SPR has been drained? There are only just 22 days of supply left in SPR. Most chief executive officers has been selling stocks even during this crash, as their stock prices already down 70 to 80%. They still want out. They obviously aren't buying the notion that the Fed can achieve a soft landing this time. Actually, a whopping 91% are predicting a recession. As Burry tweeted this morning, there were still 218 primary stock listings in the US with a market cap over $1 billion and EBITDA less than negative 100 million. 29 of them had market caps over $10 billion, totaling $655 billion. Saying it again, all the silliness must go. Now you know why those CEOs are dumping their stocks. But I bet this one CEO will not sell her shares. This is the reason why silver price spiked even higher. World risks living with oil shortage for a while, warns Occidental CEO. Warren Buffett's favorite energy company as of late has been Occidental Petroleum. He has increased Berkshire Hathaway's stake in the company, while oil and gas operations in the US, Middle East, and other parts of the world to 21% and received regulatory approval to acquire up to 50%. Buffett's aggressive buying of Occidental comes as CEO Vicky Holub warned that a massive gap between supply and demand for oil had been masked by historical releases of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve under the Biden administration. The lack of supply will continue to manifest itself as China starts to open up from the world crisis. Holub explained in an interview on the sidelines of the Energy Intelligence Forum in London, Bloomberg quoted, "She warned the world is at risk of living with a shortage for a while. That will send prices higher, adding the lack of supply will become more evident in the first quarter of 2023. Historic SPR releases come ahead of the Biden administration attempting to arrest gasoline pump prices, but the resurgence in crude and wholesale gasoline prices means their efforts are about to fail. And if OPEC Plus decides to slash production on Wednesday by 1 to 2 million barrels a day, it might force the administration to take more drastic measures to arrest prices. We explain more here. White House panics as gasoline prices rebound. Malls export banned. Blasts OPEC Plus. Hostile acts. Occidental's Holub is correct about spare capacity woes that plague nearly all corners of crude producing world. That's because of chronic underinvestment in the oil sector for several years due to the bright idea of the people who run the world that thought a green transition would be seamless. It's not just Holub warning about capacity issues and the inability to ramp up production. We pointed out in June that French President Emmanuel Macron claimed Saudi Arabia wouldn't have the additional capacity within the coming 6 months. Then in July, WSJ's energy correspondent, Summer, reported the Saudis have a production capacity ceiling of 12 million barrels a day. That means the potential output increase is only 1.5 million barrels a day, and there isn't much hope of raising above the 12 million mark anytime soon. And remember, an early August OPEC Plus meeting that raised September output by only 100,000 barrels a day. We are running on thin ice, if I may use that term, because spare capacity is becoming scarce. The likelihood of a squeeze is there. It was only Tuesday when Saudi Aramco CEO Amin Nasser told the Energy Intelligence Forum in London, when China opens up, the economy starts improving, or the aviation industry starts asking for more jet fuel. You will erode this spare capacity. And when you erode that spare capacity, the world should be worried. There will be no space for any hiccup, any interruption, any unforeseen events anywhere around the world, Nasser said. So back to Occidental's Holub, the latest to warn about spare global oil production capacity issues due to years of underinvestment, which could increase crude prices. Perhaps the prospects of higher crude prices are why Buffett has fallen in love with Occidental. Now I'm going to show you my clients David Vine and Jama's Ignite the Passion, Co-Create Your Dreams book. It's such an incredible book. And my client Teddy Eazzy's Wicked Pussy Perfume book. It is an erotic novel, another amazing book. Now I'm going to show you my book, A Crazy Little Thing Called Life. This one is a bestseller. And my book, You Hold the Magical Key to Your Success. Another great book. Thank you for being a fan and for supporting me. I want you to leave a comment and let me know what you think about this video. All of the books that I just showed you, they help with anxiety, depression, and stress. So please order your copy today. Order your copy today. Bye.